All right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. How do I look? How do I sound? Let's get that out of the way. I know I'm starting on time for a change. So I figure we'll get through this live stream, and then for those that are interested, we'll head over to the Angry Truth channel and get that over with as well. I don't think I want to be on all night unless we get into a good conversation. But other than that, the beard's not gone. I mean, I shaved it down because it was looking homeless, man. It was looking fucking bad. So I figured I'd keep this, you know, let this grow back in correctly because because I was fucking playing with it. It got brittle, so I'm gonna try to grow it back correct. If not, I'll keep this look for a while. See how long I can grow the goatee. But this show is not about the beard, so let's get a couple things out of the way. So again, for those of you that are on here now, you know what? I'll make the announcement a little later tonight. It's not a huge announcement, but you know, a lot of you know what's going on. But I'm going to, I guess, announce it at the height when there are more people watching. And yeah, so today was a long, shitty day, and I made, for those of you that were watching Rage in the Cage's live stream, I was making lasagna. While I was, on there, I was making lasagna. And just a long day. Fucking traveling around the city, picking up ingredients. It sucked, man. But anyway. So, Annie V. Empty shelves, guys. Empty shelves. We are seeing it all over the city. Oh, I'm sorry, all over the United States. I haven't seen much in the city. I have to be honest with you. I was in a supermarket in the Bronx, and I didn't see bare shelves there. I went to Fairway here in the city, here in Manhattan. I didn't see too many bare shelves. I saw items missing, but bare shelves that like what we're seeing in, I don't know, fucking everywhere America, it's getting bad, and it's going to get exponentially bad. I would say by the middle of the year. They were attributing that to the inflation, the whole inflation problem, which, interestingly enough, guys, wasn't Biden's slogan, Build Back Better? And instead, he's destroying even better. I mean, if people were saying Trump was destroying America, I think Biden won that award, hands down. There was like no negotiation for that conversation. There's no, whatever. He's destroying the country big time. So with that, guys, of course liberals are going to stick up for Biden. Well, it started because, Trump winked his eye at a lady and, he grabbed her by the titties. And they're going to fucking blame Trump somehow out of this. But this all falls on Biden. And a couple of other issues as well. Not just Biden. As much as I would like to throw this on his shoulders, yeah. It's a couple other issues. But anyway, inflation's added to the problem now. We got workers who still don't want to go back to work. Yeah, so this is going to get exponentially bad. And it's going to suck. Catskill NY Prepper, thank you for joining me tonight. Pinball, thank you for joining me tonight. Northern Girl, thank you for modding. And everybody else, thank you for joining me tonight. So, again, guys, for those of you that are seeing empty shelves, I hope you guys are squared away in your area. I'm trying to buy more shit in the next couple of weeks before I start seeing empty shelves. But in my head, I look at what I have and I'm like, it's not enough. My wife's like, where are we going to put it? I'll get another storage unit. And guess what I'm doing next week? Getting another storage unit. Getting a bigger one. So, I'll be packing it away in there as well. So I'll still have two, but I'll be packing that away as well. I'm going fucking bananas in the next week or two. And then, that's it, guys. All we could do is wait for the mayhem to start. Hopefully, we won't be out of here till the end of the month. They won't let us out of our lease. And so that's that. So not only, am I retiring, they won't even let us out of our lease because we have to have somebody for the apartment to take over the rent because they don't want to go without anybody being in the apartment or some crazy shit like that. But I will be applying for jobs throughout the country, and we will be looking at Texas, Arizona, and Florida. Florida is like last on my list, but whatever. Did somebody? Oh, Wolf Mule, thank you for the donation, man. Sorry I missed that. Thank you for the donation. You know, guys. So again, the shit show is gonna fucking unravel pretty fast. I think this year we're gonna see more unraveling. Sorry. I think the handouts, like somebody was saying, people be lazy and they're waiting for handouts. We're gonna start seeing those soup kitchens, not soup kitchens. What the fuck are they called? Food lines. So like the food lines here in New York City, I don't know how they are anywhere else, but I know here in New York City they're like mini supermarkets. Some of them are even, like handouts, right? So they'll build a bag for you and they'll just hand it to you at the door, especially during COVID. But we're gonna see a lot less food in those places first here in the city. So right now in the city, guys, they are supplying them and they look to be pretty good, but the lines have gotten longer, and the two major ones that I know of that I see, the lines have gotten longer. So I don't know if the lines have gotten longer because people are seeing what's coming and they're trying to supplement their income with going to get free shit, or they are legitimately out of work, poor, and they have to be in that line, and more people are losing their jobs. Yes, the tax credit, the child tax credit, right? They're stopping that, if I'm not mistaken. And listen, if you didn't put that money away, shame on you. I get it that if you couldn't afford to put it away, that's a different story. But it seemed like majority of the people that I knew of who were getting this spent it on bullshit. Now, if you spent it on preps or something like that, because you could, by all means. But we put that money, or rather my wife put that money away. Dakota Hayes. No, so that mandate, which I'm going to talk about on the Angry Truth channel, that mandate has no effect on the mandate here in New York City. So I know a couple people were leaving me messages in my comment sections in my last couple videos, and they were like, well, doesn't this? No, it does dick for me, right? So listen, guys, it don't matter. I reached the end of the road. My retirement starts tomorrow morning at 0900. So as of 1700 hours, when all the offices close, I'm done. So come tomorrow morning, I'm officially retired. So such is life. I will do a video on it, I guess, tomorrow morning, and release it. But I was gonna do the video today for tomorrow, but I'm like, nah, let's do it tomorrow morning. You want to take overs? So, anyway, guys, it is what it is. And there were a lot of guys retiring, by the way. Thank you, Pinball. Thank you, Lisa. Juby. Appreciate it. You know what? It's not, I mean, I know a lot of people, automatically, when someone says I'm retiring, automatically you're supposed to be like, congratulations, nice, you made it. But I'm like, this is not a congratulatory retirement. It's a forced retirement. So it sucks. John C., no retirement party. Hell Dog, I would say they lost a pain in the ass. I wouldn't say they lost a great guy. I definitely say they lost a pain in the ass. But look, guys, it is what it is. I can I'm probably going to get upset about it a few thousand more times between now and, let's say, the next fucking 2 years. But in one aspect of me, is like, it's done. It's over. I can't cry over spilt milk kind of deal. And yes, JOC, a jock, or whatever your name is. Sorry, man. Yeah, retirement and another job, I'll be good. A retirement, another job, and YouTube, I'll be more than good. You know? Pinball, fair enough. That's a fair enough comment, yeah. All right. And, I guess I'm young enough. I'm 44. I guess I can go somewhere else and work. I'm looking at a couple other options, but let's see what happens. I will be starting my application process in February, give myself a week or two of being off and retired. I'll probably, like I said last live stream, I'll probably go play bingo for a couple nights, hang out with the old 80-year-old women. We'll play pinochle and talk about the war years, or in my case, my younger years. But it's simply what it is. Or I'll wind up fucking shutting down and watching The Notebook while eating bonbons. Right? So whatever, guys. It is what it is. It is done. It was a great job. I have to say that much. That was possibly one of the best jobs on this entire planet. There's nothing else that would beat this job. So any job I have after this job, it doesn't hold a fucking match or a candle to it. Really doesn't. Lisa Connor says, I still like Angry Burgers. Yeah, play bingo, right? Play bingo and make burgers for the older people. I don't know. Who knows? I got so many options ahead of me. Yeah, listen, I saw The Notebook. That movie sucked. That was a bad movie. And people are like, it's so romantic. I'm like, it's shit. They both died at the end. It was like the worst, whatever. And it was, and the whole rain scene. Well, what do you want? Horrendous. If I'm going to watch anything and cry to it, it's going to be Saving Private Ryan or Die Hard. Those are the only two movies. Yeah, guys, I don't know. Book writing time? I was thinking about that, Mark, but, like for prepper shit, I don't know. There's so many prepper books out there. Writing a book in the prepper field, I don't know. Someone's like, you could write about your 9/11 experience. Who gives a shit about that? I could tell you my 9/11 experience in probably 20 minutes. Doesn't need a book, Johnny, yes, it is a chick flick. I understand that, but they were ranting and raving about that. They were like, oh, it's such a great movie. And if I had a gun, I would have probably ate the bullet watching that fucking movie. It was horrible. And yet a lot of people that's what they want. They want to die with their significant others with Alzheimer's and lie in bed with each other as they fucking both pass away. Ugh. No, thank you. Sarah said that movie was dumb. The Titanic sucked. Uber is hiring. Someone says, Bronx Trucker said Uber is hiring. Uber can eat my ass. I don't want anything to do with them. And the bullshit they pull with their drivers, no thank you. And if I'm not mistaken, I thought you had to be vaccinated to drive a cab. So I don't know. Don't know how that works. But with that, guys, the whole empty shelves. Let's try to get back to that. The video I'm going to do on empty shelves, I'm going to put pictures from around America on where these stores are having these problems. Now, I know that these places, guys, are also seeing a problem because, again, the workers don't want to go into work. I think, a lot of people are going to hide behind the pandemic. I think people legitimately don't want anything to do with it. I think some people just want to move on. I mean, listen, guys, you don't have workers to stock the shelves, but you have food sitting in the back there, then you better work double time or pay the motherfucker overtime to start stocking the shelves so they don't look too bare. But when people, everybody else, not us preppers, but when people start realizing what the fuck is going on, and I mean really realizing it. Right now the news is telling them this and they're like, okay, we have some time, and then some people are seeing it and go, oh, next week or in 2 weeks, there'll be food back on the shelves again. Okay. So these people are not realizing the shit show that's going to start. And the simple fact that no one's talking about the boats that are still sitting off, waiting to be offloaded. We still have that problem going on. Which, of course, you would think it's dead because they're not talking about it anymore, but it's still there. Because they stopped talking about it because Christmas came around, Thanksgiving, the rise in, bullshit, and new bullshit cases started popping up, so... Then you have cities like New York where crime is fucking out of control. Carjackings. There was 729 carjackings in the year of 2021, last year. So, like I said in my one of my videos, I did the crime report. I told you crime was going up and carjackings went up. I didn't know it was that high. But the last time I looked, they were at 300 and change. So, That's pretty high fucking carjacking, guys. I wish somebody would carjack me for my piece of shit. I really would. I would all but roll out the red carpet. Here, take this piece of shit, Mariner, please. I don't care what you do with it. Just take it. Nobody wants it. They want to carjack people for the higher end shit. Son of a bitch. And that's the random JL. That's the one thing I noticed here in New York. The meat section has been okay. I wouldn't say perfect, but I'd say fine. I know the fairway meat section is nothing to brag about, but there's still an abundance amount of chicken. The beef is taking a bit of a hit, but it's not out of control. Jill the pill. Yeah, we were talking about it right now. We're talking about food right now, or the lack of food on the shelves. But guys, I think when people start panicking, that's when the shit's on. When people start fucking, holy shit, man, what am I gonna do? There's no this, there's no that. Then the shit is on. So until that point, people are probably gonna live into denial right up until the last moment. People are gonna be willing, guys, to wait online to walk into the supermarket to get 2 cans of bean and a bottle of water, right? People are willing to do that. They will not look at. They will not look at the warning signs. They will not sit there and go, oh shit, this is getting real. Maybe we should stock up too. No. They're going to wait till the bottom drops out, wait till they're waiting on that line, and then go, oh shit, this is really bad. You know, as they walk into the supermarket to pick up their 2 cans of beans and water. But I got 6 people in my family. You better make that shit work. The worker will tell them. And they walk into the supermarket and they look in the back and they see nothing on the shelves. Or maybe 2 rows of shelves filled. And then that's it. I think that's when people are going to be, that's when the oh shit moment's going to hit a lot of people. And until then, we should be all ready to rock and roll. I mean, listen, guys. Yeah, getting out of the city, there is one downside to living in the city. Well, let me walk that back. There are numerous downsides, but one downside to living in a city is if that happens or when it happens, I shouldn't be here. But if it happens and I'm here, people are automatically going to knock on my door because they're going to associate me being a firefighter with making money with having food. That's normally how it works, right? They don't just knock on random people's apartments and go, well, Mr. Alfred, who's 85 years old, he might not have none. We'll leave him alone. But that fireman dude on the 5th floor, well, he's working and he definitely has food because they hook those dudes up with food all the time. And then that's how that shit rolls downhill pretty fucking fast. So, with that, guys, you'll definitely be associated with the job you have or had, if in my case. So people have to be aware of that people are going to look at you also, not because, listen, you don't have to be a known prepper in the neighborhood. People just know that you worked a good job. You were making money. You were working on an oil rig, or you're one of those fucking fishboat dudes, and they know that you're making good money, but they don't know you're a prepper. But as soon as the chips are down and fucking they need food, they're gonna associate you making money with, with having food. That's all it is, guys. Hexer 1, I saw that. Your father was a firefighter for 30 years. I tell you, man, I thought it was shaking his cough, and like yesterday, it came back with a vengeance. I was like, what the fuck? That's all it's been. It's been hanging around fucking now. I have these sporadic coughs. I was on the train today, not wearing a mask, and that's when my coughing decided to pop up, or at least it tried. And I was like, no, because as soon as you cough on a train with no mask, it's on. Somebody's going to yell at you, get in your ass, and I was like, no. So I was holding it off until I got off the train. Robitussin. Patrick McDonald. You know what I like better than Robitussin? NyQuil, because it knocks you out. The only problem with NyQuil is, at least with me, I feel like I was drugged when I get up. Top Water Films is why I'm drinking whiskey tonight. BX Trucker, yes, that is whiskey for COVID. Actually, I'm trying to drink this whiskey just to get rid of the cough. Yeah, Catskill Prepper. It's like as soon as you get on the train and like you don't have a mask on, you're feeling fucking brave because you're waiting for someone to say some shit to you, and then you get that tickle in your back of your throat out of nowhere. You're like, fuck, here it comes, and then you gotta sit there and like just swallow and fucking and try to clear your throat so that people are not start yelling at you. Put your mask on. I know one lady was like, "Where's your mask?" I'm like, "It broke." She was like, "Yeah, okay." I was like, "Then don't ask where my fucking mask is, lady, if you don't believe me." Fucking people. It's like everybody wants to be brave at the wrong moments. I'm like, you got to pick your fight, man. BX Trucker, yeah. I was gonna drink some Clorox too, because Trump said so. You say that, and liberals are like, "You see, you believe it? That shit don't work. It'll kill you." I'm like, I'm being fucking facetious, asshole, or funny, like whatever. Oh well, when I get home, I'm probably gonna do the tea with whiskey, honey, and lemon. When I get home, I'm gonna inject that Clorox right in my vein. Ha ha ha. And like some asshole out there would be like, "Oh, that's Patricia." That's what I'm gonna make when I get home. A hot toddy when I get home. Right now, I'm gonna have a cold whiskey, and then see what happens after that. COVID sucks. Barry, yeah. Listen, getting sick. You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now. I got sick, and all I can say is I am not going to run and get anybody's anything. I'm like, fuck that. I'd rather get sick 1,000 more times before ever even entertaining that. That's how it is. I'm like, fuck it. I got over it and I'm okay. Magnetic power. Yep, I would say so. Slippery on powder and water. Gargle with it? I was gargling with Listerine. I know that helps sometimes. Fake angry. William Asher, fake angry. Hudson Valley. I had to trim it down, man. I had to trim the beard down. I was looking homeless. I looked like a homeless bum. Plus, I had to go to the firehouse, and my wife's like, "Do not go to the firehouse looking like a homeless bum." I was like, "Fair enough." So Chris said, "Gargle my sack," and someone deleted it. Oh, rudeness to mods will not be tolerated. Yeah, guys, listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. You could be rude to me. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say with me. But if you fuck with the mods, they're gonna ban you from the channel. So just behave yourself with the mods. Do whatever you say, whatever you want to say to me. I don't care. But be easy with the mods. They have your nuts in a vice grip, man. They do what they want. Is what it is. Because I trust them enough to do so. That's the other thing too. So I don't, I don't care what they do or who they ban. They banned you for a reason. Oh, Carol, I have Manuka honey too. Oof, Manuka honey is the shit. But here in the States, it's way too expensive. They are fucking out of control with the Manuka honey. The amount they ask for, they're $68 for a little thing like this, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's like 1 tablespoon. It's fucking insane. But if you go to New Zealand to get Manuka honey, they'll give you a jar of this shit for fucking $2. It's fucking insane. Hobo Films. I never heard of Slippery Arms. I've heard what is that? Not Buck. The fuck's that shit called? Sea Moss. I heard of Sea Moss before. I'm trying to get my hands on that shit. Sheldon Martinez. Yeah, the Doomsday Prepper episode. That Doomsday Prepper episode was fucking gay. I'm sorry. I didn't, looking back on it, I'm like, man, this is fucking atrocious. People like, oh, it was cool. No, it wasn't fucking cool. It was fucking whack. Looked like a fucking asshole in that shit. Listen, being on that show, it did some good things for me, I guess. I don't know. You know what? No. Because the YouTube channel, made it on its own. So the Doomsday Prepper didn't help. And then I had a swatch book that came out of it, I guess. And the swatch book was like whatever. All right. The swatch book was gay. That was another gay thing. So two things: Doomsday Prepper and my swatch book. Fucking, it was two stupid things that I had, but it was entertaining to have happen. But I wouldn't do the Doomsday Prepper show again. No way. Yeah, I mean, guys, it was like whatever. It was the worst. It was just stupid. There was a part in the so when the directors come over to film the show, there was a scene. So they see the swords on my wall. I know a lot of you saw the swords on my wall back in my older live streams. Behind you, right? They wanted me to take the sword on the roof of the building at night and swing it around. And I looked at the guy like, "You fucking kidding me?" And the guy's like, "No, man, I'm serious." He's like, you go up on the roof at night, we'll shine a light on you, and then we'll have you like, doing your thing with the sword on the roof. I'm like, I'm not fucking Wesley Snipes and this is in Blade. I'm not going on a fucking roof swinging a sword around. What, I look like a fucking asshole? So like, and that was the other thing too. I was super combative to those producers, not directors, producers, and I was like, fuck, man, I was like, that's dumb. And then there was another thing they wanted me to do. They wanted me to press my face against a plastic sheeting because I was covering the window with plastic sheeting because of the super volcano, and I'm covering it up, and they wanted me to like put my face against the window. I'm like, this isn't fucking The Exorcist. What the hell are you doing? And the guy was like, well, we want to make it look ominous. Ominous my dick. I'm gonna look like a fucking asshole who's licking plastic on national TV. Then I'll be the fucking retard of the fucking prepping community. And the guy was like, all right, fine, don't do that. So again, guys, it was an interesting experience, but it was stupid. The guy was just asking me to do dumb shit. So they had to come back and reshoot for more shots because a lot of the shots were like, boring and it sucked. And I was like, it sucked because this guy wanted me on a fucking roof with a sword swinging it around. I'm like, I'm not doing that shit. So, the guy was like, all right. He said, we won't do that, but we just want you to go to your storage unit in the supermarket and look at this and that. And so when they splice up the episode that you guys see, when they splice up the episode, you look at that and go, David Lee is back. So guys, let David Lee troll, please. I enjoy his trollingness. But anyway, so when they spliced up the episode, guys, and you see it, you're like, oh shit, it looks like it was played as one episode, but it was fucking horrible, man. So stupid. It was like, oh, and then the glass thing. So I forever get my ass broken or my dick broken over the fucking glass thing, the glass in front of the door. Now, I said the glass in the hallway will work as an alert system. Right? People come down your hallway, they start stepping on the glass because they're not walking barefoot. You're going to hear the crunching, and they're like, yo, who's by my door? That was the idea of the glass in the box. But with that, I throw glass out, and I get every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry from the firehouse leaving box of glass in front of my locker, and fucking guys like, oh, we can't sneak up on the firehouse because there's glass all around it. Like, all these stupid fucking jokes because they wanted me to put glass. And I told them that that was something I would do, but not do on film. And they were like, oh, man, just show us. We need some action film. So show yourself throwing glass out in the hallway. And I'm like, how bad could it be? Well, guess what? It was fucking bad, right? It's fucking glass box jokes all over the fucking place. They wouldn't let it go, Then I had people leaving comments in the comment section of the Angry Prepper channel when it first started. Oh, how's your box of glass doing? I'm like I'm petting it or some shit. Like, whatever. Done troll. David Lee says, if he enjoys trolling, then I'm done trolling. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I don't listen. Again, you control. That's the part of YouTube, guys. There's going to be trolls on here. There are a lot of people like, oh, I don't like trolls on my channel. I'm like, what are you supposed to do? You got people watching your shit. When you have trolls, your channel blew up, That's how I look at it. Trolls go with the fucking territory, guys. Yeah, so guys. Holy shit, everybody's still sick. TJ Preps, how you doing? Thank you for joining us tonight. Everybody's still sick. Yeah, listen, guys. So, according to Prepper Now, his wife is saying that everybody's going to get this or has had this strain anyway. So, it's as if they tweaked it just enough to be like, all right, a 99.9% infection rate. That's it. It's just Angry Homesteader, thank you. So it looks like everybody's getting, and everybody I know who's gotten it has gotten sick. I don't know anybody who's been like, yeah, what I mean, like, at least with myself and my son, it didn't wipe us out. Well, my son, he was wiped out for a day, and then the next day he was fine, bouncing around again. I'm like, all right. Me, it was 2 days, and then the stupid shitty cough. But I don't contribute a cough or nasal drip as being sick. If it wipes you out, and if it wipes you out, then you're sick. If you can't get out of the bed, then you're sick. But if you can still operate, then you're not sick. You might be a little under the weather, but it's not sick. Trying to find the test though. Candace Collins, is the testing is that a problem here in the States? The testing kits being short, because everywhere I go, at least here in New York, they're fucking everywhere. I could throw a rock and hit 8 fucking. First of all, I could throw a rock and hit 8 testing sites, but I can also throw a rock in Dwayne Reed's and hit fucking 20 testing kits. So I think people are hoarding these, or rather, prepping with these testing kits. I think. Warrior Cheryl Ann, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. But yeah, guys. So if Doomsday Prepper starts up again and that show comes knocking on your door, don't do it. Listen, because of that show, a couple of guys ended up in jail. One guy, the fat, heavyset guy who had all the firearms in the world, he had like every single gun known to man. They took all his shit. Now, I don't know if they gave him back his firearms, but they took all his shit. Don't do it. Don't go on a show like that. I know some people, you go on a show like that, it gives you notoriety, it'll help you a little bit. Yep, I get it. I wholeheartedly understand. But a show like that, guys, it was no good for the prepper community. It was just made to poke fun at us. That's all. That's all it was. And listen, the guy before me who blew his thumb off, thank God he did that. That's all I had to say. And Tim Ralston was his name. I had told him, I'm like, yo, thank you for doing that because you saved my ass in the fire department. Because when the show came on, guys, a lot of guys told me their firehouse watched it, right? So when this guy blew his thumb off, because he was a military vet as well, and he blew his thumb off, because that happened, when it turned around and it was time for my segment, I looked like a rock star in comparison to that. Not saying that I looked that much better, but I was a rock star. Because this guy blew his thumb off, and everybody was like, holy shit. And then I came on, and it was like the volume was turned down on all the bullshit. All kinds of shit. Like there's a scene in the Doomsday Prepper where I have the Scott pack on, and the producer was asking me, he was like, yo, could we get our hands on a Scott pack? And I'm like, no, they won't let that to anyone. And he goes, yeah. I go, yeah. I said, even with me, they're not going to let me take it out for the show. And they might have let me take it out, but I didn't want to wear this fucking thing. So what happens with that? An hour later, me and the producer are talking about what we're going to do next. Me and the producer are talking about what we're going to do next. And I hear the mask being dragged down the hallway. I hear the buckles hitting the floor. Ding, 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 ding. And I automatically know what that sound is. I'm like, I look at him like, how the fuck did you get that? He's like, oh, we went to a couple houses and we asked. So with that, as he says we asked, the chick comes around the corner and it's this cute little blonde chick. And I'm like, that's how you got it. And that's what I told him, like, that's how you got it? And he smiled and turned away. And she was like, oh, she goes, oh, I got your mask for you. I go, she missed the whole me insinuating because she was cute. And you get a cute blonde chick to go to a firehouse full of dudes, they're going to start drooling on the word go. So that's how she got the mask. But anyway, with that, guys, then you saw me on the roof with my mask, and then they do that stupid camera spin bullshit, and I'm like, I'll never do that again. It was stupid. And I watched that episode once. And when I watched the episode, I watched it almost a year later from when it was released. Because I was just like, what the fuck, man? And guys, and when guys came out of the TV room from watching it, they're like, "Yo, it wasn't that bad." I'm like, "Fuck you," and they were serious. They're like, "No, man, it wasn't bad. That guy blew his fingers off. He made you look even better." I was like, "Oh, okay." So Rita, I think it's the first season, episode 2 or 3. Um, they chopped it up again for the prepper they had that evaluated us, and like, what is his survival probability? And mine was like 0, some shit like that. Like the first time they showed it, they didn't have that probability survival bullshit, and then they showed it again. I think 2 years later, and they had the probability survival or whatever it was. But yeah, it was stupid. So yeah, guys. Whoa. They will not send him an ambulance to some places unless you're vaccinated. Oh shit. So don't put the swabs. All right, yeah. So guys, sorry, reading some of the chat, trying to see what's going on. It's always cool to read the chats, and then like you guys are talking to one another or having other conversations. It's pretty cool. I get a kick out of it. David Lee, yes, everybody who is inoculated is getting, yeah. So tell you guys, there were a lot of guys that retired. A lot of guys retiring. I know. 2 days ago, I went to turn my gear in, my bunker gear. Went to turn it in, and the guy was like, "Yo, you're like this 6 dude to fucking hand your shit in." I'm like, "What about this month?" He's like, "Probably about 12 or so." So now, normally in the fire department, guys, retirement, as the months go by, it's usually like one guy here, 2 guys there, 0 retirements, one guy here. But because of this mandates, they saw an onslaught of guys fucking leaving. And even after guys got inoculated, guys are like, "Fuck it, I hit my 20, now I'm out the door." Because they know what's coming next. They know what's coming down the pipe. What's coming down the pipe, people are not going to like it. So it's and already talking to some guys about the booster. Guys are like, "I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, but I'm not taking that." I was like, "No shit." Right, that's why I call it the shot. I called it what you call. Well, inoculate is just an easier term. It is not. Deanna, I know it's not a vaccine, but I'm not gonna sit there and correct myself every time I say it wrong. It's easier to call it the shot or inoculation. So, but we get it. So William Ashley, yes, not. I'm sorry. Fauci was talking about a one all shot, like that it'll tackle all the variants. I'm like, even future variants. He said, "Really? How the fuck is it gonna do that? You want a shot that's gonna tackle future variants as well as the current ones?" Yo, I'm telling you right now, that doesn't even sound good. And he sounded so um, convinced that this can happen. So I'm like, nope, no, thank you. Laura, yes, so you can call it poison. Well, yeah, I mean, guys, there are a lot more people quitting than you would think. I mean, like, initially they try to make it look like, well, not a lot of people leaving. There are a lot of motherfuckers leaving nationwide. Cops going down to Florida and shit and other states to fucking get a police job. You know, firemen. I know one guy who went to Arkansas to be a firefighter. The kid had, I think, 7, 8 years on. He didn't want the shot. He left. He had to resign. Jason, what's coming down the pike? Let's see. You name it. With the food shortages that are coming, that I think are going to get worse. They're going to turn into an oh shit moment for a lot of people. We're going to see more. We're going to see more variants, if you will. All right. Hexer1, if that is your number, you have to email me your number at angryprepper@gmail.com. Don't put it in the chat. Though you probably do not care, I would appreciate if you don't put it in the chat. No, Angry Homestead. I did not see in seal. I don't know. I don't know what was said or what wasn't. Well, Hexo One, I'm not going to call you now. Is that out of focus the whole time? Yeah, it looks like I was out of focus the whole time. Yeah, but anyway, guys, and then the shit show that's going to start, like I said, with the variants. I'm sorry, I got distracted with the chat. Um, with the variants coming down, guys, they're going to push more poison, if you will. And they're already starting with it now. Good now. All right, someone said good now. Yeah, so, I don't know, man. I think with the... sorry, with the poisons that are coming... or, sorry, with the variants coming, we're going to see more poison bullshit. That's all. We were out of focus. Okay, I was out of focus. All right, Hexer, I'll save your number. Jesus. Albert, I'm still in the city. We're looking to move out by the end of this year, if not a little earlier. But we'll see. Jackie, thank you for bringing that up, guys. So fake meat is going to start being pushed a little more now. We're going to see more recalling of meat. We're going to see a lot more recalling of meat. People are like, well, why are they recalling meat? They're going to recall meat. They're going to tell us that meat is dangerous, that meat is getting people sick. They might even let a couple of beef things get through so people do get sick. So they'd be like, oh, we can't have this anymore. Too many people are getting sick from it. Not even dying, getting sick. And then they're going to be like, we're going to have you guys. Now, this is going to happen over the course of a few years. The whole meat thing is not going to happen this year or next year. But the course of a few years, guys, they're going to start pushing the fake meat. They're going to start pushing the, this meat's contaminated, that meat's contaminated. We're going to start seeing more fake meat out there. And yes, guys, KFC, McDonald's, Burger King, they're probably going to pass off the fake meat and not say anything at first. They're going to have that fake burgers out. And for those of you that still eat that stuff, I still eat McDonald's from time to time. You're going to bite into it, you're not going to know the difference. And then they're going to come down the pipe and be like, oh, well, we've been serving it for a year. Which will probably open them up to a lawsuit. But try to pay attention to the lingo and the language that's used when referring to something that's meat and not meat. Pay attention to saying things like, you know, I don't know, if they say it's meat, they'll probably say it's fake meat, which is starting to take the title of meat, if that makes sense. When they start saying shit is, well, it's such and such meat, but they don't say it's chicken or beef, because it isn't, they're going to try to come up with different terms to call fake meat, to trick us, and slowly change the language before you know it. Juan Santos, I won't collab with Survivor Lily because she doesn't want to, in her words, do a video with me because her English is bad. So what she was saying was, in translation, is she doesn't want to do a collaboration with me. That's fine, but she should have said that instead of lying about her English. But yeah, I won't. I reached out to her once and that's it. Listen, not everybody wants to do a collaboration with me. I get it, so it is what it is. I didn't get offended by it. I was annoyed that she lied and all she had to say was, I don't want to do it with you. Because I'm like, she did a whole thing with Canadian Prepper. And I'm like, and they were fine. Hi, MPH. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. So, don't eat real, fake. Don't eat meat, fake or real. Queen Red. Yeah, listen, there's some of you guys don't have to worry about this meat problem. But guess who has to worry about the meat problem? Me. Johnny, yeah, I know her English is perfect. But like I said, it was her. It was a nicer way of her letting me down when she should have been real about it. So when people do shit like that, that annoys me. And if you can't be real with me, then you're a phony. All right? David Lee, do a collaboration with you? Doing what? Breaking my balls? Raymond, you don't have to unsubscribe from her. That's not a reason to unsubscribe from her. Trust me. There are better reasons to unsubscribe for people. That's not one of them. You know, like I said, she just didn't want to do it. That's all I can say. I'm not gonna badmouth her in the sense of like, fuck her. This, that. I'm not doing all of that. She fucking doesn't want to do it. There are people out there who just don't like my cursing. They don't like my mouth. They don't like the way I operate. That's fine. If she would have said that, that would have been better. I'd have respected that a little more than, my English is bad. I can't speak English, So, whatever. Wall breaking collab. Watch Snowpiercer was a good movie. Snowpiercer was a very good movie. Yeah, Hudson Valley. We got to do another collaboration. Yeah, guys. Like I said, the cursing shit is just strange, man. She hangs with Canadian Prepper. Yeah, because he's a nice Canadian Prepper. Doesn't curse. He likes his money, So I like Canadian Prepper, but he plays it safe. A lot of those prepper channels, those big ones, they play it safe, guys. And listen, that's on them. That's up to them. A lot of you guys call them fear mongering. I don't. I think they just they do what they do to make their money. We all listen. Canadian Prepper still has good informative videos. City prepping, good informative videos. The urban prepper, good informative videos. They still have videos there. They play it safe. That's how they roll. That's how they are about their money, right? Me, I'm a little more cavalier. Someone says CP is a girl, so it's not Canadian Prepper. Who's CP? Canadian Prepper also has its own store, which he has to protect. Chuck Sanders. Well, listen, Chuck. Not for nothing. Canadian Prepper could curse if he wants, right? But I think he doesn't do it because the algorithm would say otherwise, right? My last video I did on scare tactics got demonetized, and I don't think I cursed that much, but nonetheless it was still demonetized. Such is life, man. Such is life. But they demonetize some of his videos, and he doesn't curse in those videos at all. So, okay, Canadian Prepper is CP. Then why the hell does somebody say CP is a girl? I'm like, who the fuck is CP? A Truck Campbell. Yeah, I am a loose cannon, and I've always been a loose cannon, and I can't see myself, trying to play the game. And like, I'm not going to curse today, so I'm going to try my best to articulate. Now, I can articulate with the best of them, but why should I fucking do that? Cursing just rolls off the tongue so much better. I can articulate and curse at the same time, right? I said that there was another YouTuber who called me a thug for cursing. I was like, that guy's secret stuff, that old bag of shit that has his stupid fucking channel that's like, he's like the Gossip Girl of the prepping community. He talks about not wanting to be in the drama, but he reports the drama. The guy's a piece of shit, right? So, I mean, it's shit like that. And guys like that and channels like that, they have no, at least for me, I have no use for them. He's not talking about anything informative. But whatever. It's a Burlow. Absolutely. Fuck these mandates. And fuck Joe Biden. Hood Zero, if I'm saying that right. Yeah, I watched Southern Prepper 1. Listen, I don't watch everybody's videos like I should. Were you, Aaron, I was not prior military. Wasn't cut out for it. Because I'm a loose cannon. But, the hell was I saying before someone asked that question? I mean, listen, guys. You lasted 15 seconds. Yeah, I would probably last 15 seconds. And then the cursing and what the fuck, sir? No, thank you. And listen, when I went to sign up in the Navy a few years back to be a corpsman, and after I got all the paperwork done, I realized that it wasn't for me. And then I was too old at the time, right? I was already it's like 30 something. I was just too old. And listen, for those people that served, listen, for those of you that were adult enough to serve in the military, I congratulate you guys. It just wasn't for me. Oh, so thank you, Patrick. Yeah, so listen, Canadian preppers, a lot of guys don't want to curse. And listen, there's some guys who don't curse for religious reasons, right? I get it. But there are guys who just don't want to. They don't want to rock their boat. They want to make as much money as they can off of each video. I do this thing in my head where I look at my videos for the month and I'm like, all right, I had X, Y, and Z demonetized videos. I can afford to be an asshole in this video, right? So I do it that way. But ultimately, guys, the way that their YouTube algorithm thing is working, it's not working. It's actually being a fucking pain in the ass right now. It's fucking a lot of shit up. I told you I had 3 videos demonetized, and there was no cursing in them. These were my earlier videos, and they were about prepping, and they still demonetized it based on the title, I guess. But my last video about the scare tactics, it got fucking demonetized. And I was like, all right. So, and let's say, for example, the last video, when you do the math, that's probably, I don't know, they say for every 1,000 views, you make $18 on YouTube, right? $18.39 or some shit like that. That's roughly. You make a little more, you can make a little less. And so I lost probably about $200-300. It is what it is. Like Prepper 101 says, if you support the F-bombs or the fuck or fuck shit piss, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up. Whether you're watching this now or later, I do appreciate the thumbs up. Because fuck shit piss, man. Yeah, somebody, listen, a lady unsubscribed from me today, not today, yesterday or the day before yesterday. She goes, I thought I was here to learn something. Your cursing is not going to save my family. I'm like, the fuck it is, you know, but whatever. She unsubscribed from me anyway. And listen, guys, like I said, I'll say this again. I said it before, I'll say it again. I even get tired of myself sometimes and I unsubscribe from my own self. So it's fine. You know, I get it. You get enough of somebody's attitude and you're like, all right, the cursing is getting old. I'm going to unsubscribe. And then you unsubscribe. And then like months later, you'll come back, or a year or two later, you'll come back. You're like, he's still fucking cursing? All right, I'm in for it, you know? But it is what it is, guys. I understand. I understand having, you know, getting enough of somebody and unsubscribing for them. Jesus hates cursing. Get over it. Hope. Oops, I lost my chat connection. Oh, okay. Sorry. Right, and unsubscribing for yourself does the body good, like Northern Girl Hobby said. Mike, thank you on the beard. I get all kinds of... Mary, sorry. Marie, thank you. Yeah, exactly, Ronnie C. It's like, you know, like, I unsubscribed from Patriot Nurse a while back because she went on a rant. And, you know, listen, I get it. She lost her husband, and she was pissed and angry in those videos. And then there were certain things she was saying that just didn't make sense, and I'm like, dah. So I unsubscribed. And then probably about 2 years ago, a year ago, I started watching the videos again, and I was like, all right, she's making sense, and I subscribed. That's how it works. It's as simple as that, guys. You don't have to say subscribe to your YouTube channels forever. You don't like the direction they're going in? Unsubscribe from them. See, and check back on them in a year or two later and see what they're doing then. You know? I know there's some YouTubers that fucking don't unsubscribe from me because fuck that. If you're gonna unsubscribe from me, unsubscribe from me. Fuck it. It is what it is. I can't believe that people who are concerned about subscribers unsubscribing from them. It's weird. David, Patriot Nurse is hot? I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know. Jack Springs, yes, she lost her husband a few years back. If I'm not mistaken, he passed away in his sleep, and she was destroyed over that. Like anybody else would. I mean, you wake up and your significant other is dead. Yeah. Someone said they subscribed, they unsubscribed and resubscribed. Listen, guys, like whatever, man, whatever floats your boat. Hit the thumbs down just because. Fuck it, today's opposite day. So instead of hitting the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down. I don't care. I don't worry about every little thing that YouTube offers and does. You know, I did pick a bone with them the other day about my channel. A lot of my videos being demonetized, being that they met the YouTube community thing. Then after I was done with talking to them, chatting with them, they were like, well, make sure you pay attention. It's like, I did. And you guys go against your own rules. I said, I don't know what else to tell you. You're telling me to look at it. I said, maybe you guys should read it again. And the guy was like, okay, and then clicked off. I'm like, yo, I said, you guys don't pay attention to your own rules. Your community guidelines, you break them all the time. You guys make up shit and go, this is against our community guideline standards. Just a blanket fucking excuse. They never tell you why. For a business, I mean, listen, and they're a business that already made it, so they're a business that already made it, so they don't have to tell you why, but it would be nice. It'd be nice, like, oh, we took your video down because you said, you know, Joe Biden's an asshole, fuck Joe Biden, and that's why we took it down. Then I'll be like, all right, so then I can stay away from that kind of language. But when you don't tell people why you're unsubscribing from them, while you're taking their videos down, or while you're demonetizing it, well, then that sucks, you know? D. Alina says, I don't like your hat. See, like someone doesn't like my hat. Maybe she's breaking my balls. Who cares? But thank you, oddball. Russians on the move. T-Rex goes, Patreon Nurse is about a 6. Yeah, listen, so we're not going to get into Patreon Nurse's looks, you know, but I get it. Mark Olson, and that's the thing, guys. There are people like, again, in my opinion, when YouTubers across the board, when there's a YouTuber that you don't agree with, to unsubscribe from them because they said something you don't like, or a couple things you don't like, or something you don't agree with, unsubscribing from them is like what liberals do. That's a liberalist move. Oh my God, he said one wrong thing. Unsubscribed. I'm like, grow up. You know, I mean, listen, there was a kid I was following for a long time, Lucas the Amazing. But after following him for a long time, Lucas the Amazing is an asshole. He went on his rant about ivermectin, and he was completely and utterly wrong, and he will not turn back and, you know, be like, you know what, I fucked that up. So I unsubscribed from him because he's a straight up and down asshole. And he thinks everyone, well, not everyone, but he thinks a lot of people should be vaccinated in the whole 9 yards. And I'm like, that kid's an asshole. A straight up and down asshole. So, you know, it's one of those dudes. Yeah, Lauren, right. Lucas went off the rails. It's, you know what? It's almost as if, I'm wondering, thank you for bringing that up, Lauren. I'm wondering if Lucas the Amazing has a psych problem. Because watching him in the beginning, when I first started following him, I'm like, oh, this dude's fucking, he's down to earth, he's straight. He looks at both sides, he says what he thinks, he rides the middle. Whether I agree with him or not, he rides the middle. But recently, looking at him, looking in his eyes, he looks like a psych patient now. So, I don't know. Something looks very off on him. Too soy and chai, I guess. Yeah, so a lot of people seem to think the same way, that he lost it. There was something wrong, and it looked like there was a disconnect in his being, his person. Looked like there was a disconnect with him being who he was. It was strange. Someone changed Lucas. Yeah, Be Daring 11. Yeah, Be Daring. Be Daring. I guess. Yeah, guys. Like I said, there was something strange in the way he started talking. It didn't make any sense, man. It just didn't. I will check out today's news on Russia. Hopefully, Russia does start World War III, and then I was right. Then that other asshole prepper channel can kiss my dick for the second time. Greg, the wife likes this goatee better than the full homeless beard. And am I still able to train at the firehouse? I could, but I'm not going to. That's kind of bad. I'm going to join a gym upstate, or rather in Westchester, next month to get back into shape. Edge to edge. Yeah, I've been to Delaware for all of 6 minutes. When you're on 95 driving through, if you drive just fast enough, you can go through Delaware in like 6 minutes. Okay, maybe not that short, but it's a pretty small state. But I know that I heard Delaware is a nice state. I've never stopped and visited Delaware. Jason Wall. So, all right, guys. So we got 1,500 people watching. For those of you that are listening, the announcement that I made earlier is that as of tomorrow, 0900, I am no longer a fireman. So there's no longer, I will no longer be riding on a fire truck. I won't be dressing up like a fireman. I won't be searching around in apartments or getting cats out of a tree. It's done. I am no longer a fireman. I am now a civilian, like everybody else. So I am civilian J after tomorrow, 0900. I handed in my badge today. My badge and my cover badge and my shield, or what you call a badge. I handed in my ID. They gave me a new one that said retired on the bottom of it. So that's it, guys. Done. The fucking ship has sailed. There is no, I guess, there is nothing now that can happen that's going to reverse my retirement. Because even if it did, I would have to write a I'm so sorry, Chief Nigro letter. That I would never do that because the guy's, is a fucking asshole. But I would never write that kind of a letter. I would have to write that letter to get back into the fire department. And because I've been such an asshole to him over the last couple of years, that man's not letting me back in. So that ship has sailed. And I come to grips with it. So yes, it's a forced retirement, not a congratulatory retirement, not a hey man, good job, you survived. No, it's none of that. It was a fuck you retirement. It was the city saying thank you for your service, but go fuck yourself. All right. So that's pretty much what happened, and it is what it is, guys. Once I handed in my badge today, my badges, if you will, today, I put them on the desk. I was like, that's it. And then I looked around the place, and all those fucking workers, everyone with their fucking, shots. And I'm like, I'll never have to step foot in this place again. Unless something happens with my pension or my checks or something, I'll never have to step foot in this place again. And my disappointment, like you guys have heard me say before, my disappointment with everybody who bailed on us was insane. So yesterday, quick story before I switch over. So yesterday, guys, too many clamps. Thank you for the donation. Yesterday, I go see a doctor. I go get a full physical, right? So I'm supposed to get a full physical before I retire. So yesterday, I see this doctor, and we're talking about the whole mandate. And so he retired already. He retired back in August. So he leaves, and we're talking about the guys fighting the cause, and he's like, protesting a mandate and crossing over the Brooklyn Bridge, and 10,000 of us, if not a little more, crossing over the Brooklyn Bridge, and we're like, fuck that, we're not going to do this, and we're all putting up the good fight. And he goes, I can't believe how fast those guys rolled over. I was like, yo, exactly. And he's like, yo, that was the fastest I've ever seen people roll over. I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers rolled over like a fucking whore in a whorehouse with a fucking $10 bill waving over her face. It was just like, here you go. Okay, I'll do it. It was just like that. These fucking guys, man. It was like, and he was like, I couldn't believe it. He said, I was so disappointed. I'm like, you were disappointed? I was like, I'm sitting here in front of you because I'm leaving. He's like, because if we would have had the backup that we were promised and everybody beating their chest, I wouldn't be sitting here talking about retiring. We would have won that fight. We would have won that fight hands down. Right? And he said the same thing. He goes, you had so many guys, you would have won. And I'm like, yo. I was like, fucking, guys fucking got scared. Motherfuckers will go down a fucking hallway, fucking scorching fire coming at them, and they got scared over that. That was the moment they got scared. Guys are fucking dangling out of windows to save somebody from the floor below, to save them, to take them to another floor below, dangling 15 stories above the fucking ground, and that's where they got scared. And this is what my disappointment was. The fucking, the shit that we've gone through together at certain fires, my house, the fires that we've gone through together, the hairy situations we've been in, and this is where they drew the line. They were like, I can't do this. I'm like, what? So, whatever, guys. It was fucking, it was It was a disappointment. And this guy, who's a PA, not a doctor, sorry, he's a PA, physician's assistant, he was disappointed. He was wholeheartedly disappointed. So, listen, man, it was what it was. Frank Bees, I could find that out. How many firemen retired? I could probably get that number by by next week. I should be able to know how many firemen are retired. At least since the mandates. And that's as of the, let's say, January 31st. I'll give it to the end of the month to see how many guys left. But it is what it is, man. Got kicked in the dick, right? Boom. The guys are like, you know, and when you turn around, you know, you're pressing the city like, yo, look, all of us niggas here, we all fucking fuck your mandates. And then you turn around and you're like, motherfucker. Everybody ran. Everybody left you behind. You're about to get into that knife fight, right? Like fucking West Side Story. You're like, yo, about to get in a knife fight. You guys about to do the dance. And then everybody just ran off. Left you by yourself. That's exactly what it felt like. So, that's that, man. That was that. Anyway. 19D1. Exactly. Yep. But, guys, whatever. It is what it is. Life moves on. The world fucking keeps turning because the world is round and not flat, so it still, you know, rotates. And yeah, I'll get over it eventually. I have no other choices. I can't, like I said, cry about this, eating bonbons and watching The Notebook. You got to move forward. You got to move on with other shit. That's all it is. That's all it is, man. So anyway, that being said, guys, I'm going to move over to the Angry Truth channel. We're going to talk about the victory that was sort of won. And then we'll probably keep that 20, 30 minutes. And then we'll move forward. All right, guys. So anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for the donations. And I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight on a Friday night. So thank you.